It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is IndyCar night on iRacing. Hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gotso, and welcome to P1's Broadcasting signature presentation of Round 11, Week 11, the penultimate round of Season 1 of 2026 of the IndyCar Oval Series. Tuesday night top split coming to you from Michigan International Speedway for our third and final crown jewel race of the season. Qualifications currently underway. Track temperature, a comfortable 106 degrees on the track temp, 78 on the ambient. As always, joining me in the booth is Justin Petshower. And also, he's getting ready for a big week of action here with IIS starting up. And also is Luis Gonzalez News. And Luis, we'll just kick it off with you and get right on into it. Let's talk points, shall we?
Yeah, the points, I think, is getting close to getting Candy winning the championship, because this race is not really the big one to take Willa, even for Matt Halliburton. Candy make a race yesterday, and he gained like a 3 or 4 more points on the championship. So pretty good for that, and I think the chances for even for Brazil is kind of low, because it's going they are 136 behind on the back. So the next one for sure for us is Texas. So this one is supposed to be the big one for all of these guys.
There you see the points. Clindy with a 2079 point lead, 136 point over Ty Quilla at 1916. Matt Hollenbaugh third, Caleb Brashear. Freebird himself in fourth, Anna Klimek now fifth, Indy Kirkenbauer, the Prodigy, sixth. Trace Shadid, who does very well at these racetracks, in seventh. Tristan Fortson also does very well at this track in eighth. Casey Povolonis, the Big Cheese, in ninth, and Mason Mitchum in 10th. Justin, welcome to Michigan, and pretty good showing of the people who are actually registering for this race today. We actually beat the truck series, but the trucks, they're at Long Beach, and we thought we would get a 5K, and we didn't get a 5K, but we got an interesting lineup. Do you want to get into it?
Yeah, it's interesting because, like you said, the trucks are at Long Beach because it's actually a placeholder for St. Petersburg, which I'm going to be excited when we go to it in the IIS within the next few weeks. But like I said, let's get into it, shall we, with the starting lineup. On the pole, it is Tanner Richards. Second, it is Mason Mitchum. Third, it is the Mitch, David Mitchell himself. Good to see him back on the grid. Casey Povolonis will start fourth, and rounding out the top five, whether a face or a heel, depending on how you view him, Brandon Trost rounds out the top five. Kyle Glenworth starts sixth. Indy Kirkenbauer starts 7th. Now, here's the thing about 6th and 7th. Yes, 6, 7.
I don't get it.
Those two, yeah, we never will. Glenworth and Kirkenbauer ran the same exact lap time in qualifying, but it went to Glenworth as it went all the way to about, I think, the 6th or 8th decimal point in terms of time. So very, very close on the qualifying here. Trace Shadid will start 8th. 9th is Jason Collins. 10th, the deer herself, Anna Klimek. 11th, it is Ty Quilla. Matt Hollenbaugh will start 12th. Nick Sudik, 13th. Brian Campbell, 14th. Bossman Antonio Estrada will start 15th. John Stellard, 16th. Elijah Gilson, 17th. 18th, Alan Morea. 19th, it is Stanislav Bodriev in 19th. And rounding up the top 20, it is Richard Vasquez. 21st, it is Crash Neon. 22nd, it is Marco Pentanen. 23rd, it is Hunter Smith. 24th, Caleb Brashear. Parker Lindemann will start 25th. And rounding out the 26 car field, it is Ellis Spice. That is your 26 car field here for 60 laps at Michigan International Speedway.
All right, and yeah, we're expecting a very brisk race, at least one pit stop. We've done this before, Lewis, but really just don't expect the racing to get hot and heavy until the last 10 laps. But I don't know, the track temperature is getting kind of down there to the point that I think they're going to be racy for the entire time. I don't think the track temperature is that hot. I'm not sure we're going to see a lot of tire deg.
Man, like we saw on the last time, you remember on the body in 127 to 30, it was pretty hot. But today, no, it was a really more back race today. one thing, Brandon Trues in Michigan, all these weeks, started from yesterday to today, 10 winners of victories, actually.
Let's see, boys, pace cars on. Let's go have some fun here in the Irish Hills in Michigan. 230 plus mile an hour speeds. Here we go, underway from the Irish Hills in Michigan, and already a good start there for the pole sitter.
T-Rich in a new livery. Normally we don't see him there in the Monster Energy livery, but he's sporting a little something different today. And here comes Brendan Trues to the bottom, and he's going to take it 3 wide, 2 wide now off the corner. He wants a shot at the lead going into turn 3, Justin.
But you were talking about 3 wide. That was temporarily there as Kyle Glenworth now goes to the bottom of the speedway going into turns 3 and 4. He's got that run on Tanner Richards. He's going to try and use the draft from Brandon Trues. Trues goes all the way underneath, but goes all the way underneath the white line there. He can't do that since there's nobody around him, but if he comes back up and there's a car next to him, it won't be pretty. Let's just say that.
If you enjoy P1's coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. And to the points is our points leader, Lewis. It is Clindy, wasting no time to kind of put the nail in the coffin on this championship. He wants the lead.
Yeah, he won the wow. And also the fastest lap with 2:19.9 around the track. I think it is okay to have it on the front. It's now second behind Brandon Trues, but it's a lot of move on the back, and whatever's happened on Sunday, today is different stuff with 60 laps in this track.
Yeah, there was movement between Anna Klimek and Indy Kirkenbauer down the back straightaway there. Klimek got a little bit of barrel wash from the cars up in front of her, almost washed up in Indy Kirkenbauer. No harm, no foul, though they maintain their positions where they are as they come off of turn 2 and down the back stretch.
Trey Shadid, purple lap 220. As we continue to ramp up the speeds. Gilson set it at 3 wide with Nick Sudik in the middle.
That's one thing about Michigan with this car, even with the aero screen, all that added weight, including the hybrid. You can use that draft to your advantage. It has that Hanford effect, if you will, but not as big of a drag, so to say. Already we see a number of cars going 3 wide, at least 2 rows deep between the front 3 here and the middle of the pack. They're almost 3 wide again. They're almost trying to bounce off each other down the back straightaway as they go into 3.
Hunter Smith, purple lap, as we are 3 by 3, 2 by 2 now, 2 by 2 by 3, 2 by 2 by 4 coming off the corner. And already making some moves big time. He wants that Luis Gonzalez Nunez Driver of the Race Awards. Brian Campbell up 7 spots, Lewis. He is a man on the move using that super high line at the moment.
Yeah, actually, it's the good line to make the not reheated the tires. I follow Anna Klimek, and now she is on 6. She went on the middle of the line, making the 3 wide, and they almost lose the car. She tried to have a little wide to don't lose the car, but it's getting a little bit dangerous for everyone.
Anna Klimek won the votive Indy Oval Series race here. That was 300 miles on Sunday night. She beat out and passed Alexis Newsom on the last lap coming to the checkered flag. Passed her on the backstretch going into turn 3. Alexis was handling a very loose car.
Almost contact between Jason Collins and Tanner Richards as they were going into turn 3. How they did not wreck, I will never know. But that's the fun part and scary part, so to say, if you will, of running IndyCar here at Michigan. It's exciting racing, but sometimes it can be a little dangerous with everybody running 2, 3 wide, almost in a pack race. Almost in a pack, if you will, as they come down the backstretch. Almost contact again with Tanner Richards and Dave Mitchell going down the backstretch into turn 3.
It is a pack race. I don't know how any other way to call it right now. Riding with Brian Campbell, who's getting ready to start his real-world IndyCar season here in a couple of days when he goes down to St. Pete on Dale Coyne's squad there. We'll look out the back, and there's a good look at the nose of Indy Kirkenbauer, the prodigy.
3 wide again down the back straightaway here. They're going to, at some point, they might make it 4 wide, but that'll probably happen on the front straightaway here, or maybe even the corners. You don't want to try it down the back straightaway, though. But for now, we're still seeing exciting 3 wide action as they come off of turn 4 here. And a huge run by, I believe that is Dave Mitch. No, it's Anna Klemek on the bottom. As she goes towards the bottom of turn 1 here, right behind Brandon Trost, gets dirty air tossed in front of her, but the boss man, Antonio Estrada, with that huge run as he comes off of turn 2, right behind Kyle Clenworth down the back straightaway.
Tony Estrada. Tony, very racy today. Of course, he'll be joining me in the booth on Saturday for the IIS when we start off at Sebring for round 1 as our analog for St. Pete before we get St. Pete. Oh, I thought Trost was thinking about it.
He was thinking about it, but I was also looking at somebody else. That was Brian Campbell. He was slicing his way through the field there. He got the door slammed shut on him very, very quickly. He thought better of it and backed out of it, but now he's got the run right behind Antonio Estrada as well as Brandon Trost. But the leaders are now it's going to be a four-car situation in terms of battling for the lead as they come towards the start-finish line.
3 wide. Pobolonis up at the top. Teammate at the bottom, that is Kirkenbauer. And in the middle, the meat in that sandwich is Jason Collins.
Jason Collins with a fantastic run now. He's still using that middle line, coming off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Almost contact between him and Casey Pobolonis. Pobolonis thought better of it, gave him room. Jason Collins still with that draft, though, right behind Antonio Estrada. Collins washes up just a tad bit.
Oh, Lewis watching this battle up in the front with Trost. Trost slicing down across Clindy. Clindy can't get any closer to that white line going down the backstretch. He is camping out on it.
Yeah, I don't know. Look like they battled like for the last lap, and we still have a 48 to go. Yeah, I don't know what to say, but we still have a lot of time. I think Clendy just enjoy the moment because points for the championships is not included in this for him because he already won 3 points from yesterday. So it's just enjoy the race. If he won, good for him. If it's not, it is what it is.
We have a slightly higher strength of field, a 4.7 for tonight, not a 5. We thought we would get to a 5, but it was a 4, a low 4 earlier in the week. And this might be the highest strength of field that we have for this week. But it is Trost at the point, Clindy second, Klimek third, Antonio Estrada in 4th, Campbell 5th, Casey Pobolonis in 6th now, bringing his teammate in Kirkenbauer. Hunter Smith up to 8th, Jason Collins back to 9th, and Tanner Richards fading back to 10th. Now he's up to in the middle, and Jason Collins had to roll out of it, and he had to go to the bottom of the racetrack to stay out of everyone's way. And look at him spread around. We're going to go 4 wide down the backstretch. Gilson thinking about taking it 4 wide. Wow!
By Jason Collins there. Losing it now. What's caution?
Oh, and we have a wreck, and it's going to have championship implications. Ty Quilla is in it.
At least 4 cars involved and at least 2 cars airborne.
It happened right.
I think Marco bouncing around and have a contact with Ty Quilla. My God, the car went to the fence, man.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Alan Moreira. Wow.
Richard Vasquez was involved in that one too, in the Glidden. But you're right. I think it happened right around Marco. I think Marco gave a little bit of a pinch. We'll watch this again from this overhead drone cam. We'll try to get a further on mount look view here. This one might already be happening. Yeah, it's going into the corner. Let's go ahead and back this up a little bit and try to see if we get a better angle on this. But here it is, down the backstretch. We're watching this car right here. And this is all happening because of this car right here. This is Collins, who got into a tight situation coming off of 2. And now everyone starts to stack it up. And Marco just kind of comes up and squeezes Ty. Launches over. Freebird Caleb Brashear barely gets out of that one, but Morera and Vasquez do not make it through. Spice does. Ellis Spice does. And we are under caution here at lap 16.
Also, is the Gibson in the exit on the turn 2 lose the car? He went outside. Then it happened with also the incident with Collins. He returned to the track, and that's why Marcos got a little scary about the 4Y, and nothing to do there.
But not everyone comes to pit road, Justin, as Stanislav in the Ferrari Formula One livery on an IndyCar. He is staying out and is going to pick up that track position. We've never had Stanislav on the top split. I don't know what his pedigree are in these cars, but it's a call. I don't know if it's a good call, knowing that we still have to come to pit road, and the quality of these races that we've had here recently in the top split at Michigan, there's not an awful lot of cautions. This might be the only one we get until the bitter end. He might have to end up making a green flag pit stop. This track position that he's picking up that you could probably pick up back for free just via the draft if he went to pit road, this might not pay off well for him. We'll see. I mean, you got to do, in order to win, you got to do something different than everyone else. So he's gambling, but I don't know if it's a good call at this point.
I'm just going to quote a line from Dodgeball. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it plays out.
No, he's coming to pit road. And so is, once again, coming to pit road, we see Brendan Trost coming to top off the tank. He knows that if he stays in this draft, he can go right back to the front. And he is kind of playing it now that, well, is he thinking that maybe if he tops off here, he can make it maybe to the end if we have some caution?
I don't know.
Nick Sudik on pit road. Mitch on pit road. Collins on pit road. A number of other drivers kind of dipping into that same tank.
They may be banking on another caution, but I'm like you. I don't know if we're going to get another one. But the old saying goes, stranger things have happened.
You know, they say also cautions breed cautions. John Stellard coming off of pit road right now. He's in the University of Michigan livery. Of course, if he wanted a livery that actually is winning in the Big Ten right now, or at least has won in the Big Ten here recently, he might want to pick an IU one, but he's going to pick a Michigan one. But he's looking at he would like to get his 4th straight top 10 finish. Lewis, right now he's gone to the back of the pack, but he's been kind of one of our hot drivers over the last 5 weeks or so here in the series.
Yeah, actually, he's doing a good job in that. He was the driver of the day last week. 2 weeks ago, actually, podium last week. He almost won the race. And now we here in Michigan with, I'm going to say this, everyone could win the race in Michigan. It's just the opportunity to be out the front.
Green flag out, and Antonio Strada leading at the start-finish line, and he brought him down slowly. Here comes Anna Klimek to the inside. Clindy has options, and right there is Brian Campbell, but it is Taylor Mills Racing versus Rogue Racing at the point, as Rogue Racing is now in positions 2, 3, and 4 behind the Taylor Mills leader, Anna Klimek.
Now, before we get back up to the battle up in the front, Alan Morea vented his frustration with his Audi engine and blew it up on pit road.
Anna Klimek using the IRL line down the main straightaway, camping out on that white line at the very bottom of this racetrack. And again, we were talking about, I wasn't sure how well the tire degradation would be with the track temperature. It's not that hot out right now. Here's the latest update. It's 103, Lewis. If we keep the track temperature that low, I don't see another line coming into an existence other than that low line.
Yeah, actually, the only line I don't really like it to use is the first line in turn 1 and 2 when you have this transition from the oval and then coming to the straight on the back straight. That is kind of dangerous, but I think the temperatures here is to make the race like we see now actually, or see now in the track. So everyone in the same second or even a 10. So it's going to be a really good race over here, especially if we have a white flag definition between 4 or 5 cars.
Go ahead.
I'm looking on pit road here, and there's a bit of a scuffle going on between Marco and Ty, and it looks like series officials are starting to try and break it up, but they are still arguing with each other. I'm surprised no punches have been thrown yet.
It gets interesting late in the season when you see new drivers appearing. Now, this is the way that the split, if you're not familiar with the way these splits are populated, this is all based upon your I rating and iRacing. And you earn that I rating by completing and competing in races. And typically when you get up in the top split, you are with the kind of the best of the best. However, not everyone is a specialist in these cars. Sometimes they'll race a stock car. Sometimes they'll race another type of oval car. Sometimes they'll race a truck, and then they'll pop into the IndyCar, and you're not used to running with them, although they have a lot of oval experience. And things are just a little bit different in these cars, and you get a little too close, and you start rubbing a little bit, and that's how these things happen. And especially late in the season, tippers get heated because some of these drivers have been campaigning all season long to be in the position where they are in the points, where other drivers kind of making their first start in the series.
Yeah, you also have to throw in, there are at times where some of the GT and some of the sports car guys, whether it's the prototype or the GT cars, come in and say, I'm going to give an IndyCar Oval race a try. And
it's Michigan. How hard can it be, right?
Yeah. Well, majority of the time, even like Fontana, it's a rude awakening.
And I just want you to recognize the names at the top: Klimek, Estrada, Clindy, Campbell, Kirkenbauer, Povolonis, Gilson, Hunter Smith. Now, you might not see him a lot in the top split races, but he has a lot of oval experience. He won the Indy 500 in the Elite Racing League. Trey Shadid and Hollenbaugh. All those are regular names in the series. Those that started this race that weren't regular names, either they're out or they have fallen to the back of the pack because, again, the iron sharpens iron in this series. The more that you put into these cars, the more you get out of it. And just because it's Michigan and it looks easy doesn't mean it is easy. These drivers have their hands full, especially with all the tools at their disposal right now. Before, Lewis, when you used to drive these things, it was just weight jacker and anti-roll bars. Now you have, throw on top of that, deploy the hybrid and regen the hybrid.
No, even that. It wasn't that. It's just put the car on the track, make the turns. That's it. That's when it started. That's the easy way. That was like a DW12 after DW12 and IR18, and then came in the weight jacket. Is coming a new stuff, and that is making your mind change it, but it still make an easy race. But now, man, we're talking about in Taladera this incident when one of the drivers just came without nothing and just started racing around, and it started losing track and then gaining track, losing track. Is now at the high rate, so it's kind of difficult stuff here in Michigan.
Riding with Matt Hollenbaugh, and if you notice on that last lap how quickly he gained on Indy Kirkenbauer as that gray car just right in front of him right here. Indy's running that very low line, Justin, and that is not the fastest line off the corner, but he realizes it's the best line to defend right now with the conditions on the racetrack.
Yeah, with this cloud cover here, majority of the time you don't want to be running that low line all the way around the track, but with this cooler temperature that's coming onto the track because of the cloud cover here, that is right now effectively the best line to take around the corner. Around the track here is that low line because you can use it to your advantage by holding off anybody that tries to get a run on you that wants to try and go by you underneath. Right now he's doing good right now. He's holding his line, but also the finish to that little spat between Marco and Tyquilla, let's just say Tyquilla gave Marco the willpower greeting, if you will.
Oh, a double bird sighting in the Irish Hills. Riding with our Elite Racing League Indy 500 winner from a season ago, Hunter Smith. also in the P1 Broadcasting sponsored car. He is riding behind Brian Campbell, Antonio Estrada, Clindy. And it looks like those Rogue Racing guys have been very, very patient, Lewis. They're just kind of riding in line right now, biding their time as we've reached the halfway point. But you've said it so many times when we do races here, really this next 20 laps is just getting yourself in a position to go racing in the last 10.
Yeah, it's basically turning laps, saving fuel because nobody makes any attack. Maybe Brando throws make some spectacular passing for the inside and make it 3 wide, but no violence around. It's just pure driving, relax, do nothing until, like I said, 5-10 to go is when it's a business. We're in business and 10 to go. That's a good one.
Or time to cook the meat, right?
Yeah, exactly. Basically, the meat is resting. We have to wait it. Don't even cut it now. So give it the juice.
Just let it simmer. Let it simmer.
Yeah, leave it the juices back to the steak, and when you cut it, you're gonna feel your juice in your mouth. So it's kind of like that. So.
And there is Caleb Brashear. He's up 13 spots outside of the top 10. Freebird celebrating that gold medal win for the American men's hockey team. Of course, he's a hockey player. They go 4 wide off the corner. So he is very happy about that win. Are they still upset? How upset are they still in Canada, Lewis? Are they still very upset?
Actually, no. Switch a page. Baseball started. Yeah, let's go Blue Jays.
Unless it's the Maple Leafs fan base where they're crying that
Austin Matthews
once,
I know,
won something before their team did.
Jesus, man.
I've seen a couple of posts saying Matthews wins something for his home country, but he doesn't win for us on the Maple Leafs. Well, when you can't get out of your own way, what more can you do? You pay for all that high-end talent, and it chokes away.
Tony Estrada back to 5th. Indy Kirkenbauer 6th. Freebird in 7th. Crash Neon, one of your favorite drivers, Justin. He is up 13 spots into 8th. Trace Shadid in 9th. Trace just kind of biding time. This is definitely his style of racing right here. Tanner Richards, normally we see Tanner up at the front, but he's faded to the mid-pack. When is he going to make his move in that Monster Energy Dallara? But back at the point, everyone letting Anna Klimek lead the way while she burns more fuel. Right behind them, Clindy. Right behind Clindy is his teammate Campbell, and right behind them is Elijah Gilson. And they're just all in a position right now where they're saving fuel in the draft.
Yeah, there are some that are saving fuel in the draft, but I'm still looking at least from 10th on back in this mid-pack here. They are jostling for position, trying to find clean air, trying to find a way to get around the guy up ahead of them. And right now, it's not looking so pretty for at least a few guys because every chance they try and get to try and go by the person ahead of them, the door slams shut faster than they expected. They have to back out of it. That way they don't ramp over another driver.
Everyone being very patient right now, Lewis, biding their time, but they're getting into the position where the patience is getting ready to be thrown out the window here very shortly. And much like they do in real hockey, the gloves are going to come off here very shortly.
You know what? They are really close to... Oh, my God. That's what's close for Brando Trost. They are in the edge to finish the race by saving fuel, so I think they need to still save fuel. If it continue like that, maybe we're gonna have a like you said that to battle for the race. But you know what? For the show, we need to have one more yellow flag because everyone coming to the pit, new tires, fuel, and crazy stuff is gonna happen if we have a yellow flag.
And remember, they do have tire limits here in the Oval Series. 3 sets of tires. They start with 1 on the car and 2 in the pits. Some of those drivers have already gone to their second set, and they have 1 set remaining on pit road in their stalls for them. Last time we were here, season 3 of 2025, round 12, week 12, final race of the season. It was a 5,200 strength of field, and it was won by this guy, Nick Sudik, in the lineup right there. He's in that fiercely forward livery. He won actually, we finished under caution under that race, but beat Jacob Oster, and Clindy finished in third. The track record here held by Paul Tracy, set in 2000 with a speed of 234.9. And your all-time race winners here over the entire history of IndyCar, not just the 500-milers, but the 250s and the 100s and the 200s that have been held here through the USAC days. Johnny Rutherford with 4 wins. He has one 500-miler. And Gordon Johncock with 4 wins. He has one 500-miler. Those are your all-time wins leaders here at Michigan. IndyCar's raced here 56 times, but nothing since 2007. And that in itself is a shame.
Absolutely a shame, especially after the loss of California Speedway. I would love to see us go back. I think we might. I'm just going to say it right now, bookmark it, save it, clip it, everything. I think we might go back once we get a return of 800 horsepower internal combustion engines with that 100 extra boost from the hybrid. So technically 900 horsepower. I think we'll come back to Michigan somewhere around 2028, 2029 maybe.
I hope so. I'd like to see another 500-mile race added to the schedule, get back maybe even to Pocono and get the old Triple Crown back. It just seems like IndyCar is kind of it just seems a little less that it doesn't have that. But right now, Anna Klimek, she's trying to break the draft. I don't know what she's accomplishing doing that, Lewis, because everyone else behind her is just kind of staying in line.
I think she's thinking about it. It's going to be a more one yellow flag, and I think it's better to just push in and don't stay over there. Clendy make it the waving around to try to follow Anna Clement, but it's kind of difficult if you need somebody to help you to escape for the group. So one thing, I want to say thank you, everyone. We have a lot of people watching us, and also for the 2045 subscribers we have in the channel. So thank you so much for everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much. 123 of you watching, 128 of you now watching, 130 of you watching right now. So thank you very much for taking time on your very important Tuesday night, as we have one more Tuesday night to go in this season. We'll crown a champion next week. Big wreck behind it. And
into the catchment.
Wow, and you saw we were riding with Clindy. Clindy got loose off the corner, but a lot of stuff happened behind him, and we will get back. We'll get back to that.
Gibson with a Smith. Man, Pavolones.
Antonio Estrada. Jacob. Not Jacob. Jason Collins. Jacob's in the booth right now, or he's getting ready to get into the booth.
And I think Strauss is involved. No, it's not Strauss.
We go back and watch Clindy coming off the corner. He got loose. And he did. He caught it. And we were riding with him. And then you guys were shouting out what happened behind him. And we'll go. It happened with Gilson coming up into the side of, unfortunately, look at that shot right there. Gilson coming up into the side of Hunter Smith. These are two very accomplished oval racers. Gilson up and coming in the community right now. Hunter Smith, proven commodity at the Elite Racing League level on Thursday nights. And there it is, just touching wheels. And it happens right in front of Povolonis. Happens right in front of Antonio. They got no place to go. Stanislav makes it through by the extreme hair on his chin. I don't know if he has facial hair or not, but holy cow, does he make it through there barely. Watch this. Watch from his point of view. This is Stanislav Boldriev. I don't know if he's from what country he's from, but he's in the Ferrari livery. You cannot, oh my goodness, he does get contact, but you cannot thread the needle any closer than that without actually getting damage. He at least 2x that thing, Lewis, but he made it through by the hair of his chin, by whether skin of his teeth, whatever you want to say was close is close, but he made it through there barely.
Yeah, look like you know what? If you're going out there, a car jumping, look like you always remember Salazar when the car is jumping, was flying around on his head, but he saved it. Even Povolones, he was in the right spot in the high line to avoid that. Needs to dig, nice brakes also too. It's a lot of people. It's really difficult. It's not easy. You see, for outside, it's easy to save it. Maybe, why you didn't break it? Why you did? No, come on. It's 200 and something else miles per hour.
Yeah,
You're just breaking it. No, it's just going straight.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And people are like, yeah, there's ARCA braking going on there. You are traveling at that point well in excess of 210 miles per hour, probably 215 in the corners, Justin. You're traveling at a football field a second. You could lift, but you're not going to have enough time. And everyone that was behind that incident was kind of along for the ride, and for the most part, an innocent victim.
Yeah, nothing he could do on that one. That was just wrong place, wrong time in that one. And to answer your question about Stanislav Boltriev, he is representing Ukraine.
Ukraine. Lewis, check out primetime John Stellard. He is doing a high IQ maneuver right now. He is under caution, riding the white line, using less fuel than everyone else right now.
Man, you know what you mentioned about Clendy losing the car in turn 2. I don't think it's a good move to stay out and just give it to Klemek, Brashear, Richard, Povolones, Indy, and others the chance to be on the front. I know it's a super speedway. You said it's not super speedway. It's our super speedway for sure, but it's still the degradation on the tire is really high, especially in 2. You want to have a good tires for the one to go or the white flag to win the race, but I think it's especially Stella. Stella is in the third one. It's gonna be tough, man.
All right, I just drew on the tree here. Everybody north of Trost has not pitted. They all pitted last on lap 17 or 18. Everyone south of Trost, starting with Klimek, pitted on this current caution at lap 46. So they have gone for the new tires. So we shall see if they can storm back up through the field. But Clendy, with a little bit of a gamble here, is 13 to go as we ride with Stellard as they are bringing the field slowly down. And there they go, green flag. And hopefully the completion of this Indy Oval Series top split, Tuesday night top split race here at Michigan. Clendy, Campbell, Stellard, Charleston, Klimek, your top 5.
Already Stellard having to let Trost go by. He knows exactly what Trost is capable of, as well as Anna Klimek. Klimek now staying in the draft.
Stellard getting freight trained. No respect whatsoever, Lewis. Everyone just like around him.
Yeah, that's why he said no way.
Oh, Trost 3 wide at the line. 2 teammates and Trost up high. Anna Klimek has joined him. Here comes Freebird. We are 4 wide for the lead at Michigan.
Almost wanted to make it 5 wide going through turn 2. There's still 3 on the back straightaway here. Trost gets thrown back down to the low line there, as still 3 wide as they go into 3 and 4 here between Brian Campbell, Caleb Brashear, and
yeah. Anna Klimek's there. Here goes Trost. He's going to go to the bottom of the white line, and Clinty might not let him up, but Trost fires on by and picks up the position. Dave Mitchell goes purple, a 2:26.2.
Clenworth had to back out of it. Now he's going to lose at least 3 or 4 positions. But here comes Brian Campbell now with the huge run on Brandon Trost as they go into 3.
And joining him now is T. Rich. He was stuck in the mid-pack. He is now up with the leaders. Casey Povolones, who was just about in that incident in the last caution, he's back up there. Clindy regaining his pace. Klimek fades to 6th. This is going to be another wreck here. There's going to be another wreck here.
Yeah, The way these guys are running right now, this is going to be a massive wreck. I'm like you. I feel it happening soon.
Oh, Anna Clemic. Oh, my God.
Oh, here comes. Oh, that is.
Nick Sadiq.
Oh, I thought Taylor Richards was going to try and take a beat at the bottom, but he tucks back in line. Nick Sadiq now up there. Mason Mitchum.
Now we're into the real pack racing format here.
Mason Mitchum goes from the top to the bottom. Freebird just to the top of Clindy. Clindy getting crowded in the middle. T-Rich down on the bottom.
I mean, this has got to be at least the top 15 under a blanket here.
Everybody under a blanket. Everybody. Every car you see there is on the lead lap. Including the last car there, Dave Mitchell. He just set the purple lap. There he is, everybody together. He's the top 17. Throw a blanket over him. Here's Brian Campbell to the high side over Trost. Campbell's trying to pinch him down there to work up and heat up those tires. Trost will hold it, though. Drag race. There's a big wreck, and there's T-Rich. Now we're flipping. And unfortunately, Stellard involved as well. And we are under caution. We're going to have a shootout here late in the running at Michigan, but big wreck down the backstretch. Nick Sadiq involved as his car is partially embedded into the wall.
John Estella is involved also too.
And this is
Kirkenbauer slid on the side pod there down the back straightaway.
Let's see if we can get an idea, an angle from this. It started with T-Rich and Nick Sadiq, two guys that have a lot of wins in various leagues and definitely wins at the top split level. And they're just racing for position. A little bit of loose off the corner for Nick. He catches it. And I got to move the graphic. I don't know.
Oh, it's started for Povolones. Have a contact with Tanner Richard. And that's why they involved all of this incident.
All right, so we'll get back here on, we'll watch this blimp angle. We'll try to zoom out here as we now cross the start-finish line. We're going to see who's going to come to pit road. But you're saying it's going to start right in this neighborhood right here. This is Richards. This is Povolonis right here. Richards, Nick Sadiq. And we see Nick get loose a little bit. And I can't quite see where the contact happened. This is now down the backstretch. Okay, so Povolonis kind of comes down. So you're seeing that Povolonis kind of came down in the Rich, T-Rich. T-Rich then kind of comes down into, goes up, excuse me.
It's a little bit like touch by wheels, and Richard went to the right of Sadiq, and Sadiq, well, nothing to do.
And there it is, Povolonis, and then Rich into Sadiq. Mitchum by, Freebird on by, there goes Clindy, or excuse me, Indy. The prodigy taking out primetime John Stellard, who's not going to be able to continue that streak of his. Unfortunately, Richard Vasquez feels like he's had a target on his car and involved in the second incident of the day. Okay, boys, we are going to go racing with 5 laps to go, 10 miles to decide it. Actually, we're not ready to go racing. Lights are still on the pace car, so we're going to go racing with 4 laps, 8 miles to go here at Michigan. But before we do, once again, if you're just joining us, you're watching P1's coverage of round 11 of 12, the penultimate round of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, coming to you from Michigan. We're currently Brandon Trost with well over 1,000 iRacing wins to his credit, looking for another one tonight. He is your leader. He currently leads with 6 to go. We're going to go green probably with 4 to go, 8 miles, 4 laps here at Michigan. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race. Also, don't forget your commentary team by sending a donation via our GoFundMe campaign. The link is pinned in chat. It's also in the description. We certainly would appreciate it. We do this for free on behalf of the iRacing IndyCar community. Also, speaking on behalf of the iRacing IndyCar community, Justin, I'm going to transfer this one over to you. Big week for you this week.
That's right. It is the start of the 2026 iRacing IndyCar Series season, with the last time we will ever open the season at Sebring, because in 2027, we finally open the season where they do in real life, and that is St. Petersburg. But also, we will be running St. Petersburg in place of Arlington within 2 weeks. After this week at Sebring, we then join our stock car counterparts in Phoenix for a 250-lap race in conjunction with the NASCAR iRacing Open and Fixed Series at Phoenix for the first doubleheader since 2022, when we last ran with them on the road course at the greatest race course in the world, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That all starts at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, only on P1 Broadcasting. We know what Indy means.
Top split broadcast right here. Will be Antonio Estrada, myself, and Ryan Skywalker in the booth for race one. And then Lewis will join us in the booth for when we go to Phoenix, because Ryan is in the UK or over in the Isles there. And he will not be able to join us for that race, because we'll be actually rescheduling it, because it's a Saturday start, TV start. Getting ready to go green here as Brendan Trost. He is going to restart on, and he's going to go to the bottom, and he's going to get a good run, and he's actually going to pull away a little bit. But, Lewis, I think this is just going to open up a big run for Brian Campbell to get a big run and maybe pass him, but they're going to go 3 wide with Povolonis, Clindy, and Mitchum right behind him, as now they're kind of strung out here on this restart. I think Trost kind of threw him off a little bit with that start, and he now goes to the bottom. The stake begins down the backstretch as we got parts fine.
Mason Mitchum got into the back of Casey Povolonis. Mitchum has lost part of his front wing. Now he's going to be dropping back tremendously. Oh, it's Clindy.
Yeah, Clindy's got the wing back. So he is forgiven, but here comes Campbell. We're going to feed. There's contact with Trost. And you saw it coming. You just couldn't prevent it. And that's what happened. And that is going to end this race. We are under caution. And Casey Povolonis is going to pick up the win by virtue of just being clear of that wreck and picking up the lead under caution here. And that is going to be the race here at Michigan.
I think I really agree with I always know about that. They always tell you you can go to the apron, sure, but if I want to, I leave you the position. But you know what? We are, this is a house, this is a community to working together and have a good race, everyone. So I think it's better for Brandon, like, okay, I'm going to leave you the position. It doesn't matter. But nope, he didn't.
Povolonis took a race car to the windshield.
God, yeah, how did he make it through that?
That's a very hard crash between who hit the wall very bad. Man, Campbell.
Watch this right here. This is from Casey Povolonis' point of view, and he had to see that coming. And in one aspect, watch this. Oh God, oh, that would have taken out the camera for sure if that was a real world camera. So coming down to the white flag, it is going to be Casey Povolonis getting a crown jewel win. Mason Mitchum, a couple weeks after getting a breakthrough win in the VOR IndyCar Championship at Kansas, he gets the win here, or comes home second, excuse me. And Caleb Brashear celebrating a gold medal for Team USA for the hockey team in the Olympics. He's going to get the bronze today in the Freebird livery, and I'm sure he will be very happy to talk about both during his his podium interview. And Clindy might have clinched a championship, or is going to at least, Lewis, be one step closer to clinching this championship for another Indy Oval title as he comes home fourth. He just managed to stay clear of it, but It was some heavy racing down the backstretch. Parts were flying, and Clindy at one point lost his front wing, but got it back. He was forgiven, but that little bit of, oh my God, I lost my wing, and just cracking the throttle and that lost momentum, he fades the fourth. But in the scheme of things, he might actually come out decent on this because of two cars crashing in front of him. He goes from sixth now to fourth.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Surprise, no Povolones have a damage in the car because the contact we have with Clendy was really, really bad for the car of the Povolones. So I'm going to say this because Ty Quilla is out of the race and Matt Halibut is out of the race and Povolones is in 9th or 10th position in the championship. I think Clendy he needs to just clinch the championship is clinched just today because that. And I don't think it have to be really something bad in the iRacing standings to put somebody else like a champion.
Well, let's just say this. With the paint scheme that Brian Campbell was running, Campbell soup has been spilled all over the track.
Yeah, and Povolones' car does show some scuffs on it, so he had to pick up something from that. Maybe fortunate that he did not have to go racing again, but he's going to get another big top split win here. Here are your results from a very exciting Michigan top split race. Casey Povolones getting the win under caution. Mason Mitchum comes home second. Caleb Brashear and Freebird comes home in third. Clindy possibly clinching the championship for this season in fourth. Anna Klimek, a great campaign for Anna. And I believe she's still leading the Open Series points, Lewis. So she still has a shot at the Open Series championship, but it doesn't look like the Oval Series championship is in the offering. So no double champion this season. We've had it before in the past. Stanislav, he comes home in sixth. He's had an adventuresome day. We'll try to get him a proper IndyCar livery if he shows up anymore in these top split races. He is in sixth spot there. Tracy did. Always shows up in the top 10 for these races. These are kind of his specialty. Crash Neon, Justin, a good finish for Crash. He comes home in eighth. Dave Mitchell, first start for him here in a while, the top split. He's in ninth. Ellis Spice, who starts from the rear of the field. He comes home in 10th. And before when we're done here, Lewis, I'll let you name who your driver of the race is. But some of these candidates inside the top 10, they might be a candidate for that Luis Gonzalez Nunez Driver of the Race Award. Moving on to the next page is Nick Sudik, not the finish he was looking for. Brendan Trost, not the finish he was looking for. Brian Campbell, definitely not the finish he was looking for. Richard Vasquez probably feeling a lot of aggravation. He might as well just drove the target car today because he basically had a target painted on his car all race long. He's in 14th now. These are unofficial results because we jump from 14th to 16th. To Tanner Richards, Andy Kirkenbauer, Stellard. Jason Collins is also shown in 18th with Stellard. So we're just going to consider these all unofficial. You will see on iRacing, if you go to the series, how this all shakes out in their timing and scoring. But Parker Lindemann in 19th, Matt Hollenbaugh in 20th. That kind of ends his campaign for an Oval Series championship. Gilson, he had a good run, unfortunately. Hunter Smith in 22nd. Antonio Estrada with a good run, unfortunately, but going to be betrayed with that incident. He's in 23rd. Ty Quilla, much the same way, 24th. Alan Moreira, 25th. And Marco in 26th. Wow.
That's a lot.
Indeed.
Ellie Spice for sure. Like you said, he started from the last, surviving. He almost have a contact with the incident with Droth and Campbell. He survived and he finished on 10th. So I think it's gonna give it to him the driver of the day. Also mentioned to Caleb Rashid, he did 21 spots today. Also the starting lap and crashed me on 13. So LS5 for sure.
If I had the goal horn sound effect, I would actually play it for the goal horn sound effect handy. I have to search it out right now. We got stuff to do, but I'd actually play it for Caleb. All right. And let's get into the channel. See who would like to talk. And here is Caleb. And picking up the new nickname Freebird, he is joining us here in the booth. You'll hear him also on the broadcast with Murph on certain Thursdays and Fridays with the AMA. But another top split podium here for Caleb, who's still celebrating that hockey team gold medal over this weekend for Team USA, and that's why we're wearing the stars and stripes. And I thought Freebird, definitely with the livery that you decided to choose here, was very appropriate for you. And you worked your way up into that third position, improved 21 spots, and it was at some points during the race, it looks like everyone was kind of riding in line, but at some points, as we said, the gloves came off and the sticks got thrown, and it was time to fight.
First off, we needed to talk about the livery real quick before I address that. And first off, I just gotta say one thing. Oh, mama, don't you cry. And if you know hockey lore, you know what that exactly means. USA hockey's chant. But got a very special livery. Greatest day in my spectating career of USA hockey winning that gold medal. You know, I've witnessed Ohio State win 3 national championships in football. I witnessed Cleveland win the NBA title back in 2016. This was the best. Anyways, to the actual events of today here, Gary. Yeah, it was basically survival. As I think that was pretty clear. Only 11 cars finished on the lead lap. So survival definitely was a big motivator for getting a good result here. We got to pour one out for the troops that we lost here today in the race here. And it's going to be quite a long pour. Thankfully, I got a couple of bottles of Crown Royal salted caramel in my fridge at the moment. So we're going to do one long pour out for them. So,
Caleb, I'm just going to say this real quick. I'm playing taps, but you can't hear it.
Okay, good. But, I mean, 24th to 3rd, like, the entire first stint, it was just a map 5 fuel save. And it seemed like we were going to go caution free. And then we got that caution early on. I was like, well, it's still a fuel save. So I rocked map 5 for like about the first half. And even when I was progressing up to the field towards the end of the race, I was still map 5. I was just playing, trying to get as many positions as I could. And then I was actually a call with Klemek and Sudik. We were all on the call in the Discord. And Klemek's like, I'm just gonna go full push. I will be the embodiment of chaos. And that's when you start seeing her weaving back and forth on the straightaways, like, and she was constantly going, "Who wants to slipstream?"
Basically, she was doing like what Dale Jr. would do at Daytona and Talladega, just the Pied Piper, move up and down the lanes.
Like up until that final caution to where it didn't become a fuel save anymore, like, we were just dying laughing because, like, she was moving up and down just trying to, like, give whoever slipstream it was. It was so funny to watch. But God, this race was just a meme. We got to pour one out for the fallen troops here today, here at Michigan International Raceway. Only 11 survivors out of the 26.
Yeah.
So
I will say this: if you think this was a meme, just wait till August in the IS when we go back to the streets of Chicago for the first time in 4 years.
Yeah, but at least it's a road course.
Well, a street circuit from hell.
It's a meme road course.
Is it?
Caleb, go
Is it
ahead
really?
and give us your shout outs. We'll let you get out of here to go celebrate and pour out as much as you want after that. But it's just adding to a good week that started for you. Go right ahead.
Well, again, shout out to the USA hockey team. Oh, mama, don't you cry. USA hockey is do or die. Luke Mansky Racing, iPredictor, Lilac City IT, and iCoaching as our sponsors. My teammates, Will Weiser, Logan Edwards, JT Smeaton, and Jared Corey, they actually got a 1-2-3 in the Open last night, which was not only our first Open win, not only our first 1-2, but our very first 1-2-3 for the entire team. So that was pretty special last night, and to follow it up with a podium is pretty good here. All races go out to Scott Reddick, love you, buddy, and drinks of choice tonight. Smirnoff Ice came out with a bunch of new flavors. This is Tropical Tiki, which is pineapple, mango, and orange flavor. We give a shout out to them, as well as the crown that I'm going to have eventually be drinking with Ty virtually. So should be a good night here.
And also sporting Gaudreau on the side, so very tasteful as well. One race to go to wrap the season up. Congratulations on the P3 here. I think you need to keep the stars and stripes at least for a little while longer, but congrats on the P3, and we'll see you at the next one. We head to Legacy, not Legacy, Kentucky, excuse me, Legacy, Texas here in a week.
Thank you.
That is Caleb. A very, very happy Caleb Brashear. Very patriotic Caleb Brashear. Let's get into the next interview here. Mason Mitchum. And here is Mason. Hey, surprise, Mason. A gifted podium finish for you. Finishing second. A very chaotic final little sprint there to the end. A lot of, again, to use the hockey euphemism that we talked with Caleb about, elbows were out and gloves were off.
Yeah, some things happened in that race that I'm like, I wish I don't want to see that again, all right? But, also, I don't want to see that kind of racing at Michigan again either. Like, not sure why it was like that. I was thinking it was going to be more like Auto Club was earlier this season. It did not turn out like that. And so whenever everyone's packed up, things are going to happen in a pack race. I basically did absolutely nothing, and everyone crashed around me. So I guess I'll take as many free gifts as people are willing to give me.
Well, to quote Denny Hamlin, he backed his way into a podium finish.
Yeah, I did absolutely nothing. I'm just watching people crash. I'm like, just don't hit anybody. Just get out of the way. I feel like on that last crash, I saw people go above my car. I don't know if that's true or not, but it seemed like it. But hey, I'll take it. Let's keep doing that every time. I'll take second every time.
And another thing is a lot of the drivers. Casey started fourth. You started second. And Lindy started sixth, but a lot of the drivers, that's kind of half of the top six did well, and the other half didn't do well. I don't know what the conditions were out there necessarily, but those that started up front, you kind of weren't guaranteed to get that finish. It just seemed to be a lot of comers and goers at all times, and at one point you kind of cycled to the back and then moved yourself forward. When you came into this race and saw the conditions, did you think at any point in your thinking there, you're like, it's going to be one of those type of races?
Well, I knew from last night. I did a couple of pretty high quality races, and I knew that if those were going to be crashy, then this one probably was as well. And I knew you could basically do whatever you wanted on the tools. It didn't matter at all. Like, I didn't really use any weight jacker because there was really no reason to. The tires never turned even yellow, so there was no tire wear that affected your car at all. So, for a long time though, it was a fuel save type race, and I just knew I had to save gas for a hot minute. And I think there was some zigzagging up front. Somebody ended up getting caught, I think, and caused one of those cautions that kind of annoyed me because I was about to go map one, and I knew if
the leaders up there were running map 3 or 5 or whatever, trying to save gas, that well, they wouldn't be able to stop me from getting to that bottom line. If I can get to the bottom line first, being able to run map 1 the rest of the race, it's pretty much over unless there's a caution. Well, caution happened before I even got there, so okay, well, now it's a straight up Talladega type race, and that's when the real bad things started happening out there.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, another podium finish here. You kind of been on a bit of a roll, whether it be in officials or in league races. So go ahead and shout them out.
Heck yeah, I'm getting used to this, but I don't want to get too used to it. 'Cause
Right.
That probably means I'll be on a bad streak soon. But yeah, let me shout out Votive Racing League. Right, the Votive Racing League is out here. I feel like we're putting on some great races, and if you want to see how Michigan can truly be run, how about you go check out the last race we had in the Votive? It was amazing.
After the restart. After the restart.
Well, you can skip the whole part, the red flag part, right? But if you want to see probably one of the best races I've seen in a long time, go watch that Michigan race, because there was no cautions the entire race. There was tire wear. There was fuel strategies. That's how Michigan should be every time. So let's shout out Shane. Let's shout out Robert Malechka making an awesome setup, right? Like, he does a great job. I love what he does for our setups. Almost every race is a true skill race instead of some kind of race like you saw today. Other than that, right, I want to shout out friends and family that watch this. My dad and them, they check it out every now and then. So if you're watching this, Dad, hope you enjoyed it. It kind of was a crazy race. And then, of course, my girlfriend's yelling at me that food's almost ready.
Yep.
So I better get out of here before I get in trouble.
Don't want the dinner to get cold.
Right, very smart
she's
man.
like,
Very,
"When are you gonna
yeah.
be done?" I was like, well, Caleb's taking forever on his interview, so it might be a while, So
You earned it, but definitely go get that dinner. Congrats on the P2. We'll catch you again. I'm sure we'll see you again in another interview here soon.
thank you. Take it easy.
That is Mason going for dinner now. Let's bring up Casey Povolonis. And, hey, Casey, I'm assuming you've seen the Star Wars movies, right? And there was I've talked about this before. There's a scene where Qui-Gon is talking with Anakin's mother in the very first in the first prequel, and he says, he sees things before they happen, doesn't he? And she's like, yes, and kind of the Jedi instinct. I'm imagining that you saw what was happening in front of you between Campbell and Trost, and you were already playing that out in your mind, and you were possibly even backing off and giving them a little bit of room as they then made contact and then flew over your car, and you pick up the lead and then finish this thing under caution. I would imagine you saw that coming ahead of you, and you've run in a number of these races. I remember being in these mini races before, and you can kind of see in your mind as things happen on the racetrack, that wreck forming in front of you, and I would imagine that's what you saw.
I honestly didn't have a chess move for that one right there. I even got a 4X but luckily somehow survived without dying, from that wreck.
That was surprising. Yeah, we kind of we rode from your roll bar on a in-car replay, and yeah, basically, if that was a real camera above your head, it certainly would have been taken out. But a little bit of the netcode gods maybe showing you a little mercy, maybe?
I think so, potentially.
We'll talk about that race. It was an interesting one. You went from the front to the back to the front a couple times. And then it kind of turned into a fuel-saving race. And then eventually after that last pit stop, you got yourself in a position that it was time to go racing. And how was it going to turn out for you, though? What was the plan if there was no late caution there as you inherited the win? Was there a chance to maybe make a pass on Brian and Trost there with the low side being so OP, with the track conditions being so forgiving today?
I know I had a lot better tires than everybody else there, and yeah, I was just waiting till maybe 5 or so to go to make my move. And yeah, when that caution came out, I guess, that probably, that was my bad. I was just, going off the corner. My intent was just to ride behind, Campbell and Trost. I had, I was going to ride first car in line behind both of those two till 2 or 3 to go, and then make my move. But I guess I just faded up slightly, not intending to make a move. But then once I saw that, the wreck was happening, I said, well, I'm going to gun it because, I know caution's probably going to come out, and I got Clendy there. So, yeah, my intent wasn't to do anything fancy there. It's just I caused some chaos, though.
Well, kind of a bittersweet race. Then, of course, it involved that incident that brought out one of the earlier cautions, and then by virtue of just being in the right place at the right time, watching that incident happen and unfold in front of you, you only led 3 laps all day long, and they were the last 3 of the ones that counted. So you get a win, another top split victory here, and one of the crown jewels. Congratulations. Any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone you want to say hi to before we let you go and get on with the rest of your work week when you're I'm not sure where you're off to this week, but I'm sure you're got a busy one of travel.
Well, I'm just going to be in the war room for the time being. They're racing at both St. Pete and Coda. So, yeah, I want to give a shout out to all the votive guys. Congrats on Mason also on getting the podium. Everybody with the Entente crew. We're gearing up for, the start of the IIS season. So that's going to be fun and exciting and a challenge. And, yeah, I think my parents might be watching. So, say hi to them and my dog Jet.
All right. Well, the important ones, of course. Well, congratulations, Casey, on another win here. We'll see you at the final race of the season next week at Legacy, Texas. Until then, enjoy this one as best you can.
Thank you.
And, boys, that is Casey Povolonis. Justin, another interesting one at Michigan. At one point, we thought it was going to turn into a fuel save race. And then, really the patience got thrown out the window, and we wanted to go racing. But we kind of saw that last caution starting to occur. We all were like, oh, here we go. Mm-hmm. And we just kind of saw it all unfold. And in one aspect, Brandon doesn't need to let him back up there. But in another aspect is, as Lewis says, maybe it's a sporting thing to do to let him back up there. It's kind of a dual-edged sword, especially if everyone kind of. It's normally a gentleman's agreement that we just don't use the apron until the last lap or so. Today, that kind of got thrown out the window as people were using the apron at all points in this race, and that's something you don't see very often in an IndyCar Oval Series race. You don't see them go down to the apron very often, and they were doing it today as a regular matter of fact.
Out of all the wild races at Michigan in the IndyCar that I've either been a part of or broadcasted, that was the most recent. But yeah, to what you said, I thought it was going to be a fuel mileage race, but as the old saying goes, expect the unexpected. And in this case, the unexpected basically took over and ran away with it tenfold. I'm still surprised at how Povolonis was able to pull that out, especially while taking a race car and a busted can of Campbell's soup to the face, but he managed to pull it out, and he survived the gauntlet. That is Michigan. Other than that, I really don't know what to say except Legacy, Texas next week, season finale. That's going to be hopefully it's going to be less of a meme race, but who knows anymore at this point.
Yeah, go ahead and promote the Saturday one more time if you want.
That's right. For those that are tuning in and missed it, don't forget, starting this Saturday, it's the first race of the 2026 iRacing IndyCar Series campaign as we open the season for the final time at Sebring International Raceway before we open the season properly in 2027 on the streets of St. Petersburg, Florida. That starts at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, only on P1 Broadcasting, your home for all things iRacing IndyCar, because at P1, we know what Indy means.
Right, we do. Lewis, again, very much the profit here. You're just everything is leading up to the final 10 laps, and then after that, that's when we start paying attention. And again, it all unfolded inside the final 10 laps here. Once again, 2 big cautions kind of deciding this race. And once again, Michigan delivers, but really the conditions kind of called for it. As we didn't see, we got the pack race that we always seem to get here. The track conditions were not hot like we saw Sunday in the votive Indy Oval Series, so everyone was on top of one another, and that kind of promotes kind of bold moves at the end, and that's kind of what we saw that brought out that final caution.
Yeah, it's something. Sorry, I said something in Spanish. It's nothing makes sense here. It's something. To be honest, it's a big list to talk about. It's like it's science. When I know everyone is talking about that stuff, it's like at the white line, at the A.
Did we lose him?
I think
We might have just lost him. You there, Lewis? I think that might have been the best finish ever that he was talking about. So, are you there, Lewis? No, I think we lost him, unfortunately.
Yep.
I think maybe the Canadian internet providers went on strike because of them losing the gold medal this weekend. I don't know. Hey, don't boo our national anthem. I have never booed another country's national anthem ever, unless it was Nikolai Volkov doing the Soviet national anthem. And that right there is part of a skit, right? That's an act. So that's expected. But never boo a country's national anthem. Come on, Canada, you're better than that. Anyways,
I think they were booing somebody else.
I think they were booing somebody else, but a national anthem is more a reflection of the people and less the government. That's kind of how I look at it. And I would never boo.
Yep, we did lose him.
I would never boo the Canadian national anthem ever, 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 ever. But anyways, let's go ahead and wrap it up for tonight and get on everyone out of here. We do have another race going on right now with the Indy Next Series, the Indy Next Oval Series. So you can just hang on, and at the conclusion of this race and this stream, you'll be redirected over to that one. So that's it for tonight. Once again, yes, right, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium here from Michigan. Casey Povolonis survives the win under caution, and it's he gets a big crown jewel top split win. Coming home second, Mason Mitchum, his teammate, and Caleb Brashear and Freebird. Full celebration mode from Sunday for the hockey player. He's a former goalie, by the way, so that's why he's a big hockey player. If you look at him, you'd think he's more of a basketball player, how tall he is. But, yeah, he's a former goalie. So when you see him at the Sim Gaming Expo coming up in September, which I'm assuming he's going to be there again, you can ask him all the questions you want about what's it like to be a tall goalie.
Now, before we switch over, I will say this. It's interesting you bring up the hockey and racing connection, because the goaltender for the Winnipeg Jets, that was also the goaltender for Team USA, Connor Hellebuck, his old man, Chuck Hellebuck, was a race car driver out at Flatiron Speedway in Michigan.
Oh, cool. Hey, join us again next week for Championship Wednesday. It's round 12, week 12 of season 1 of 2026 of the iRacing IndyCar Oval Series. Tuesday night top splits. We head to Legacy Texas Motor Speedway to crown our season 1 champion. We believe at this point Clinty might have glitched, so there might not be anything to race for. Of course, points will still be awarded all week long, so we will see getting into the final race of the season if he really has indeed clinched it. We think he has.
There he is.
But yeah, Lewis is on back.
Sorry. I don't know why I speak it. I said we see you on Milwaukee for ERL. Anyways, 63 points, Clinty clinch for today.
He has.
I
okay.
think, it is the champion of the season 1 2026. So good for him. See you on ERL. 7:45 from Milwaukee, and I'll see you next week on Texas.
Well, there is your season champion there, Clinty, clinching another Oval Series crown. Coverage next week will start at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the last time, thank God, that we're starting at 7:15 and we get our hour back. I don't have to wolf down my dinner like I'm a 3-year-old trying to throw down as much food in the last second and get indigestion afterwards because I'm too old to handle it now. So we will actually, when we get to the next season, we will be starting at 8:15 again. But this is the final 7:15 start of the season, of the year. until we fall back again in the fall in November. So thank God. So we are getting the time change coming here soon. But 7:15, last one for the time change, before the time change, and then after that it'll be 8:15. And as always, for the correct time in your area, you can find everything right here at YouTube at youtube.com/P1 Broadcasting. Hey, we love bringing these races to you. They're not easy. They require time and money to produce. If you share a passion for the sport of IndyCar and have enjoyed our coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Night Top Split, please take time to visit our GoFundMe page. The link is in the description. It's all pinned in chat as well. And donate to our 2026 broadcast fund. We do realize times are tough, and any contribution would be greatly appreciated. And thank you for watching and making us part of your Tuesday evenings each and every week. Now, as you know, the YouTube round of the game is not an easy one, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know you thought of tonight's race. If you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at the bell for weekly reminders of missing on more P1's other iRacing programming, including right now is the iRacing Indy Next Oval Series, currently underway at Richmond, followed by round, actually that's it. I don't think we have any other tonight, so just immediately following this, I don't think we have Area 51 tonight, I don't think. Let me double check. Yes, we do have Area 51. So Area 51, round 6 at Nashville is immediately following the Indy Next Series. So triple header tonight. So once we're done, you'll be redirected to Richmond for the completion of that Indy Next race. So make sure to check that out. Promotional consideration paid for by the following. We've got Simrat Market, your go-to source for iRacing paint templates and broadcast resources, from clean base liveries to pro-level design assets. Simrat Market is everything you need to build your brand on track. Visit simratmarket.com. You want to download, customize, race. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. Learn more about Whiplash. Like them on Facebook. You can follow them on X and Instagram. All the links you need are in the description. For business inquiries to learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook. You can follow us on X and Instagram. All of our social links are also on Linktree. And again, you can check those out in the description. So, for Justin Petschauer, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at P1, I'm Gary Gotzo saying all good night. Thanks for watching. And all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, and also Team USA, the hockey squad. God bless, Godspeed, and come home safe. Catch us again next week when we go to Legacy, Texas for the final race of the season and the next race of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Night Top Split right here on P1. Good night and stand by from Indy Next, or for Indy Next from Richmond. Clindy is your Season 1 of 2026 Indy Oval Champion.